Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Today, the planets are aligning in your favour. There are phenomenal astrological lineups at the moment, and we are asking, what does the universe have in store for you, given that the planetary alignments are very, very powerful? And this was the message I heard so clearly for today's readings. The planets are aligning in your favour. There will be a particular configuration that references you personally, and the energy is right for you to receive something good, magical, positive. So, what does the universe have in store for you as the planetary alignments are joining forces to support you in some way? We have 3 piles to choose from and 3 beautiful crystals, all from the calcite family. They are great healers, great wisdom keepers, so very amazing energy here today. And I'm going to hold them up so you can have a closer look, the cards and the crystals. Beautiful souls, welcome. Welcome back. If you are returning to the channel, thank you so, so much for being a part of this amazing community. Welcome if you are new. It is an honour truly to be reading for you, and especially at such extraordinary times of evolutionary growth. I'm seeing so much transformation going on around me and in the people that I work with, that I connect with. Just leaps and bounds of growth. Not always easy, but the growth that is coming, my goodness me, it's kind of, well, it's phenomenal. So let us look and see what we have. Let me show you in more detail the cards. So pile 1, you have the card of wisdom. This is the card for pile 1. And this is sitting with green calcite. This is what it looks like. Beautiful stone. I'll say more about this actually when we get into the reading. But this is sitting with pile 1 and the card of wisdom. Okay, so pile 2. You have the card of rebirth. This is what it looks like. The card of rebirth. And rebirth is sitting with the blue calcite. This is what this crystal, this rock, you can see they're raw crystals, literally. They still have some of the where they've been dug out, literally. This is they still have some of the edge of the stone on them, the casing, I guess it is. So this is blue calcite. We then have, for pile 3, learn the truth. This is for pile 3. Card of learn the truth, and we have the zebra calcite. You can see why it's called that. It's pretty explanatory again. Each of these stones has, you've still got the edge of where they've come from. I love that, actually. I love that we still see that in them. These are completely natural crystals, natural stones. Okay, so that is for pile 3. Beautiful souls, I am going to, as I always do, leave the video running for just a little bit longer for you, just to give you a little bit more time if you need it. Now, tune in with your intuition, your guidance, your own personal guidance systems, and see which reading, or indeed readings, is speaking to you. We are asking what the universe has in store for you, and this will be connected to a particular planetary alignment, some sort of planetary collaboration that is impacting on you personally and bringing something to you that is going to be a blessing or something of real value. We don't know what. We're going to find out more in the readings. So let me leave you with your intuition, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have the card of wisdom and you have the green calcite. Green calcite is a memory stone, it's a memory keeper. It will help to put you in touch with ancestral knowledge, but also the memories of where you have come from. If you are needing to know, for example, if something is playing out in your life, whether it's connected to a past life pattern perhaps, or a past life event, or even a historical event or a pattern that you have developed in your current life, it will put you in touch with that so that you can see clearly, which is very, very interesting that it's come out with the wisdom card, which also asks you to, or suggests that sometimes you need to see something from a different perspective, or more than one perspective. But I'm not going to say any more until we have drawn your cards. We can see your spirit animal guide coming out already. It's very interesting. When I knew we were going to work with the calcites today, and I had the crystals ready, I actually dowsed to see which pile they are supposed to be with. And draw the cards likewise, but I don't just put them together. I always douse to see where they're meant to be, and just allow spirit to come through even at that stage of the readings. So we have these two coming through from this pack, and I'm also seeing this. And what do the alchemy cards tell us today for you? Here is your card. Right. Let's see what we have in your oracles first. So prosperity. Okay, let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance and good fortune await you. This is wonderful. Frogs, the energy of frog, the essence of frogs is very much about cleansing. In native traditions, shamanic ways, the frogs are absolutely about cleansing, releasing the old. Do you know what's coming through here for me as well? I'm really hearing you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince. And that's what was just coming through here. So that's really interesting. We then have Juno partnership. That's fascinating. Okay, so that was coming through. First house arrival. Dignified strength. Look at the spiral staircase leading upwards to something. And then you have Earth's heart. What a beautiful first line of cards for you. So what does the universe have in store for you? Well, I think the universe does have some pretty exciting things in store for you. What I will also say is you are required to be an active participant in releasing anything that might be holding you back as well. There is some cleansing to do, although you may be already actively involved in that. I'm also kind of seeing this because at the time of doing this reading, and of course any pick a card reading ultimately is timeless. If you're drawn to it, then there's going to be a message there for you. You know, if your intuition is live and working, you're going to find the right reading for you. Fascinatingly, at the time of doing this reading, we are experiencing massive upgrades to all of us. There are waves of energy coming in, and we may not know it, we may not experience it in a sort of an immediate kind of, oh, I'm different sort of way. Some people literally are. They're waking up and they just feel different. And it's like, whoa, something has shifted. Don't quite know what. Other people, it's like, wow, something's shifted and I can see it. We are experiencing these phenomenal changes. So you may already be in that process of releasing the past, or of experiencing some kind of internal transformation, almost like at a cellular level. That's what's kind of coming through here with Earth's heart as well. Literally at the sort of the very core of you. Changes, transformation taking place really right at the core of you, and in a very dignified way. I don't feel that I feel you're handling these changes in a way that is very, I almost want to say anchored, steady. Dignified is exactly the right word, actually. I feel you are handling the transformations with dignity, you know, watching what's going on around you. Very, very interesting. With great wisdom, actually. I think you are learning to handle transition from a perspective, again, it's that altered perspective, that perspective of wisdom, of kind of understanding, not being drawn into things that might once have pressed your buttons, being aware of stuff, but kind of knowing it, if it's not yours to carry, it's not yours to carry. That higher vibration of what I would call non-retaliatory responsiveness, where you can see what's going on, but you're very mindful, very dignified in how you choose to respond to stuff around you. I think patterns of responses, stuff where your buttons might have been pressed, or you might have been defensive or even overwhelmed emotionally, I think that's shifting and changing. Now that is a very interesting kind of set of messages coming through, because of these changes at this sort of almost like your own heart core, the heart center within you, this is like your own earth's core, your connectivity to that unconditional love of the earth, but you're sort of experiencing it within you. And look at the earth here sitting in the middle of the first house arrival. You are now in a space where something can arrive for you. Okay, something is, what does the universe have in store for you? Now, I think it does connect either to, it could connect to some of you to love, and to some of you it could connect to prosperity in a financial way. For some of you it could connect to both. Both areas of your life take off. Improved relationships. If you're single and looking for love, you meet someone. But improved relationships across the board. If you're in an existing relationship, that can up its game. But also prosperity. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. I do think for some of you, if you've been going through uncertainty, challenges financially, something there, I'm seeing a really big shift in your circumstances. I'm going to draw your tarot cards and I'm going to get some more detail for you. Okay, let's draw your tarot cards. As always, beautiful souls, I list the cards I'm using in the description below, so you can always check them out if there's a pack that are really singing to you. I always put them below, and if I have a link to them, I will put the link there as well, so you can follow it through. But anyway, they are all listed for you. I'm also seeing this one. Okay, we have King of Pentacles. Wowza. Okay, you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. You also have the Emperor. My goodness me, these are huge cards. Oh, wow, 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 more wow, and even more wow. Okay, so King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Emperor, you have the Strength card, you have the Empress, you have the Knight of Swords, you have the Three of Cups, and you have the Five of Cups. Okay, I think those are perfect to sit in our line. How amazing. Okay. Right, partnership is definitely around you, or that is what I'm seeing coming in. Now, for some of you, this could be partnership in love, but I think for many of you, it could also be partnership and collaboration in your working world, financially as well. It feels like the sort of energy where the right people arrive at the right time. I mean, literally, this could be across the board in your world. Arrival. We've got a world here, bang in the middle. Arrival. And it's very interesting with the actual interpretation. Obviously, I really saw this card as being with the Earth's heart, as being you yourself, the very essence of you, from your heart center, literally the fabric of your being, transforming, upgrading. In the book that connects to these cards, this does speak of needing to nurture something, to bring it forth. So, with the Five of Cups here, I think this is a reminder that when we let go of old patterns, when we go through, let's say, a universal upgrade, an evolutionary upgrade, literally almost as though the universe is realigning you, resetting you. And when we do go through an upgrade, we have to sort of, it's like we have to reconfigure. So if you can liken this, the best way I can describe it, and certainly this is how I'm being shown, what I'm being shown here. The way I liken it is when you get an upgrade, it's a bit like a computer. You know, I personally, if I'm truly honest, I kind of like dread upgrades. And it's not that I don't want things to work more fluently or better or any of those things. And it's amazing, the technology and the time and energy that goes into these things is just, it's mind-blowing. But when something upgrades, what happens is that it has to sort of reconfigure. And while it's reconfiguring, sort of a lot of things cease to work. A lot of things don't function very well. And then lots of other things have to be sort of upgraded to meet the new sort of criteria. It's like if you've got 20 different sets of software uploaded on your computer and there's one main upgrade, some of those things are going to work better. Some of them will need to sort of reorientate and they'll be connected, but others also will then require some sort of an upgrade as well in order to reconfigure and realign and function properly. And so what I'm seeing here is some really, really, I feel, sound advice and guidance as well. I think you are managing the overall upgrades with great dignity. And I am, huge respect to you. What I also feel is that there is a degree of nurture and self-care needing to be navigated here, because as we are upgraded, it doesn't mean that life is suddenly going to switch to a point where everything runs smoothly. Lots of things are going to start to shift majorly in your favour. I think you're going to see lots of things align. I think you're going to see the right people coming in at the right time, whether and in partnership, collaboration. And this could be, as I said, this could be love in your personal life, the kind of support you need, the backup. It could be in your working world, it could be a colleague, it could be a friend. I just feel like everything is upgrading to bring you basically an essence of prosperity and fruitfulness across the board. And I do think it's across the board. While this is happening, with the Five of Cups here, Five of Cups is a card where we can experience some sense of kind of either disappointment or, something that's, it's like a pattern that can repeat, something that can go round in circles. And this is where we have the memory stone coming in to remind us to press the pause button. It doesn't mean that immediately everything that is challenging will just disappear. If things are already in motion, it's about filtering through them, and all of the different areas of your life are going to gradually be upgraded. And they absolutely are. So this card, I think, with the Earth's Heart is just coming to remind you that on the one hand, transformation is fast, speedy, dynamic, happening. The right people will come at the right time. Your world is escalating in every possible way. You are flourishing. Alongside your flourishing, there will be some things, some elements of your life. There may even be 5 sets of circumstances, okay, that in different areas, these could be quite, and I'm not saying they're going to be majorly challenging. In fact, if anything, I would venture to say far from it. I don't see these as major challenges. I'm seeing them more as things that get wrapped up. Maybe there's somebody in your world who operates on a really low vibrational level. Something has to get sort of addressed there. And I feel there could be 5 separate scenarios, interestingly enough. As I said, I'm not seeing you feeling challenged by them. More that, just as we see this crow holding this thread here, I don't know if you can see that. Let me hold that up for you. When you see the crow is holding the thread here, I see you as tying up loose ends. You know, stuff that hasn't been working for you. You tie up loose ends. And I think there may be, as I said, for some of you, 5 areas of your world, or 5, I say areas, more circumstances, specific circumstances, where you sort of, things get wrapped up, tidied up, and actually laid to rest. That's what this is all about. Put down, let go of the past and embrace change. So very specifically, you know, little niggles, you know, that need, you know, you just got to tie up loose ends and move on. And it's about attending to those details. It would be like with your, you know, you've had a massive upgrade and, you know, you've got 20 different programs that you use, software programs that you use on your computer. 15 of them are working, but 5 of them you need to sort of install them. They will then send another upgrade. It's like, oh, we fixed this. And you'll need to press the install button and you know, reload and restart the computer. And then one of those is ticked off. You know, it's like 5 different elements, programs, situations, circumstances. Could even be something that's been said with somebody, spoken with someone. Or the way that you feel about someone. Maybe you need to shift your perspective. So you sit down, you have a think on it, and rather than feeling tangled in it, you sort of choose to sort of say, do you know what, that's their stuff, I'm going to let go of that and move on. I've got too much good stuff going on in my world. I can't really dwell on that. I can't really feed it. I don't want to feed it anymore. You know, with the Knight of Swords, we have a very dynamic energy. It's quite clear cut. I always think that the Knight of Swords has a very discerning energy about it. And also with this Knight of Swords, it's very interesting because it actually does remind me of the Hanged Man, you know, even though he's standing on his hands, as it were. Nevertheless, you know, it's looking at things from a different perspective. So it may be, and when we have the hawk here at the top, you know, that bird's eye view. So I think it may be that you gain clarity in 5 different circumstances or with 5 different people or whatever it is. But basically, these things get upgraded as well. And that's what I'm seeing here. You'll probably have an inclination as to what these are. Some of them could be very practical things that you just need to actually attend to and get round to doing because it needs doing. You know, one of those things you put to one side because you were very busy, but it needs sorting because it'll linger if you don't. Or, as I said, it could be a conversation with yourself, with someone else, just where you really see something for what it is. A lot of discernment definitely coming in. But let's just look at the people coming in, the right people at the right time. Because this is what the universe has in store for you. The universe has prosperity in store for you. The universe, you're going to flourish. Look at the flowers in the antlers of this beautiful stag. You know, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. You have the King of Pentacles. I mean, this man is, you know, this man is prosperity. He's the embodiment of prosperity. So this is either someone coming in or this is an indication of your own prosperity. And it's stable, consistent, solid prosperity. It's solid, it's real. We have the Queen of Wands. She is the queen of transformation. She has the energy of the queen about the queens. The queens have such a beautiful, deep, feminine energy. But the Queen of Wands has fire, passion, creativity. Again, this could be you applying your creative spark to your working world here. You know, if you're involved in any creative projects, the right people coming in at the right time in partnership to support you in manifesting, living in the most creative and exciting way. We have the card of strength. I'm seeing you go from strength to strength here. The fact that we have the Emperor and the Empress, wow. I mean, this is a partnership of delight. If this is a love connection, my goodness me, you will be so strong. And this would be a connection that is here for the long term, with strength sitting between you. Non-gender specific, I would add, but this could be, as I said, if it's a working alliance, it's going to be a damn good one. If this is a love relationship, it's one that really, really works in harmony. You're going from strength to strength. And I do feel for many of you, there is a very specific partnership coming in. I mean, we have Juno sitting partnership just above the Empress and the Emperor, the arrival, and strength showing up again. I think there is a long-term connection coming in for you. I really do think this is, I mean, in many ways, maybe the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands is your own embodiment of these energies. And because this is you attract to you the perfect partnerships or the perfect partner, whether this is in your working world or your love life, however this is, or indeed it could be both. With the Three of Cups, lastly, I mean, this is beautiful. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration within relationship. It can indicate something like an engagement, or even the arrival of a little one. Perhaps a new project, who knows? But it indicates a commitment, a connection, ready for the next stage, coming together in celebration, in joy. There's emotional happiness, fulfillment. This is lovely. This is love. This is joy. This is your hearts are singing on the same page. And that joy is shared. It radiates out beyond just the two of you. So if this is a business thing, this is going to radiate out into the world and reach people, or reach a community, or benefit your family, or and if it is love, pure and simple, I think you'll be I think it would be a couple of inspiration to others. But this is absolutely magic. This is definitely talking about someone coming in, or the right people at the right time. And it is also acknowledging that process of how the upgrades are working. We feel different, but it has to sort of reconfigure. Lots of things have got to click into place. So there will be loose ends to tie up. Little bits and pieces to attend to, some discernment coming in. If there are people operating at a lower vibration, you might once have sort of tolerated them, but now it's not really, you're going to decide to approach this differently. And this is about letting go of the past and fully embracing it's like the fullest potential that's being given to you at this time. This is beautiful. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if that came through on the microphone, but somebody just closed a door and it sort of resonated through into this room. And I just think that's amazing, because I think you will be closing some doors. But I feel like you'll close them with dignity and with joy and with love. I don't feel that I have... Do you know what's coming through? There'll be no unfinished business. Whatever's left with anybody else, that's their stuff. But I feel you will be left with no unfinished business. You will be tying up loose ends, and all these things will be sorted. So there's no sort of no baggage, no bits of software that are still interfering with the new stuff. It's all going to be upgraded. A few bits and pieces to attend to, possibly, as I said, 5 specific tasks or things you need to do. But I feel you'll take them in your stride and go from strength to strength. And this is, I think, what the universe has in store for you, Pile 1. This is a really exciting reading. Thank you so much for being here. I am sending you every blessing, and this is quite beautiful. It really, really is. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. Don't forget to press the little bell icon and subscribe if you want to make sure you never miss a reading as soon as I upload them. Don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel where I have the monthly all zodiac sign readings as well if you want to look at those. If you're interested in manifesting with the moon, do check out, if you're interested in incoming planetary energy, do check out my Astro Moon Diary. It is literally a tool. It will teach you to manifest with the incoming energy. And there's a really detailed rundown every month of the incoming energy. You can literally plot how the moon is communicating with you on a daily basis. It's a really exciting tool. So do check in on that. Use that if you wish. And just thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. And anyway, I should just overflow with gratitude if I could. But thank you so much, all of you, for all that you do to support the channel. Tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. There is your spirit animal guide coming through already. You have the card of rebirth. You also have blue calcite. The energy of blue calcite, it's an extraordinary stone to assist with anxiety, actually, to settle you down, to keep you calm. So during a time of rebirth, of transition, of natural progression and change, this is a stone that will really make it a smooth transition. Let's draw your oracle cards. I'm not going to say any more. We're asking what the universe has in store for you as the planets are aligning to support you. Now we have these two I'm seeing, and also that one. Let's also draw an alchemy card and see what we are shown for my beautiful pile 2s. It's not that one, it is that one. Okay. So we have adventure. Oh wow, how beautiful. Orca whale. Dare to do things differently. This is stunning. Look at the way the light comes in here. Isn't that gorgeous? Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams, attempt the great journey with confidence, be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures, be brave, you are more powerful than you know. Wow. So, I think as the planets align in your favour, I think a new adventure is unfolding. Now we have retrograde review. We have Cancer immerse, and we have 11th house community. And then your last card here, we have, the red and white rose. Okay, this is extraordinary. Look at the snake of transformation. Now what's coming through for me immediately with the white rose is to do with White Eagle. The guide, White Eagle. Some of you will be aware of an organisation, possibly. If you're not, I will just say something because it's coming through really strongly. There is an organisation called the White Eagle Lodge. It's been around for a long time. I think since around the turn of the century. So not as in 2020. 2000 not in the 2000s. I'm going back to the early 1900s. And a very gifted medium channeled White Eagle, and many books have been written. There's just this, but this is a worldwide organisation who do the most profound amount of good energetically. They have a healing list, and they just do so much good. And whenever White Eagle appears, he very often offers a white rose. I have been in several Native American sweat lodges, and White Eagles come through, and he always has offered everyone in the lodge a white rose. It's the most extraordinary experience. I feel that that's just coming through. So the energy of White Eagle, I feel, is around you, and I do feel I'm being asked to bring that into this reading. So this is to do with a new adventure, being offered something, and to immerse yourself fully in it without fear. It could also be very much connected to finding a new community or the right community for you. We have the retrograde energy, review. Dare to do things differently, sing your wild song. Maybe you're needing to really get a different perspective or a different viewpoint on something. Let's just sit with your energy a little bit first, and then we will draw your tarot cards as well. We're thinking really about community here. I think something in you is coming to life. Something in you is rising. And I do see you as being taken on a new adventure, or finding yourself in some way. As I said, maybe finding your community, finding people that resonate with you. Maybe even becoming a leader and having people follow you, building your own community. But there is a new adventure and you are being asked to immerse yourself in it. I'm going to draw your tarot cards before I say any more. Interestingly enough, what I will say is that I think it's going to emerge quite gently. It doesn't feel like it's going to be like a bolt out of the blue, or, sometimes in a reading we get a very direct sort of like a shake up or a wake up call or something, something that comes straight in a mammoth sort of tower moment kind of way. This feels as if something is gently emerging. The adventure is unfolding. Something is going to gradually build. And I feel you're going to be very guided, actually, with the white eagle energy coming in. Because this is like a moment of conception as well, where something emerges. Right, let's draw your tarot cards. May we have further information, please? What does the universe have in store for my beautiful pile twos from the current planetary alignments? What is coming? I'm seeing this card, this one most definitely, these two, and that one as well. And I feel another two. And that one. Okay. Let's have a look and see what we have. Okay. So we have the Eight of Wands. How interesting. Because the Eight of Wands is a card that generally has quite a fast energy. This Eight of Wands is fascinating because I almost feel as though this is sort of saying, it doesn't matter what direction you go in, it will be the right one. It's like all roads lead to Rome. Every road is going to this beautiful spark. Whatever you do, it's just going to, this is emerging. It's unfolding. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Hanged Man, which brings a beautiful essence of surrender. And look at the symbol of Neptune here. Immerse yourself. We've got the water here. This is surrender to the journey. Ace of Wands. Oh, we've got Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I love that you have two threes. This is exciting. This is such a turning point for you. We have the Maiden of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords. How interesting. This came out in pile one. If you were drawn to pile one, do check it out. We have lots of knights coming in here. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the Two of Wands. Let's put things along. And then we have finally the Six of Pentacles. How beautiful. Look at that sense of community, all hands working together. And then the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is really interesting. Now, the Knight of Wands has spark, energy, flexibility, adaptability, creativity. Okay, I think you're being brought an opportunity, literally a new adventure. Now, I think it's going to lead you to working with or collaborating with a group of people or a community of people. It's literally, the timing is perfect for you to embrace this new stage of your journey. The threes are a turning point. Even the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak, is a turning point. Your heart is broken, it's open wide, you can now move forwards, you can heal from it. So there's a turning point here. Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Now the Pentacles is about manifesting something in real terms, also about collaboration. I mean, both of these cards can indicate collaboration. Joining forces. I do think this is about a community of people. I think there is a rebirth for you and a new adventure. And I don't think it's sort of in a funny way. The Eight of Wands is a fast moving card, as is the Knight of Wands. They're two of the fastest moving cards in the pack. So the energy is with you for something to build and gather momentum. However, I also see this energy in these cards as doing exactly that. I think this is something that will build in momentum. And this is asking you to surrender to this. Just let it unfold. Allow the universe to guide you. Allow the universe to literally support you. If you look at the progression of energy, you have the Ace of Wands, you have the Two of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. I mean, this is beautiful energy. This really is surrender. Surrender to the new adventure. I think it does connect to either the building of a new community of people, or the finding of a new community, or the finding of yourself amongst a new group, or a new connection with people who you really, really resonate with. Because the Six of Pentacles is really, really, there's collaboration here. There's so much unity here. That there is an adventure to unfold. Something is around you. It's literally birthing into your world. It's interesting with the card of rebirth. I mean, sometimes this means literally the death of the old and then the bringing in of the new. In your reading, I actually think it is the birthing of something new. Like White Eagle offering you a white rose. Here is an opportunity for you. There is an opportunity for you to connect with a new group of people. Okay, now this could be a working group, a community group, a group of friends. It could be the family you choose rather than the family you were born to. I think it is a new group because of the rebirth card. I do not think this is an existing friendship group. I think this is something completely new. And like a moth to the flame, it's a really good fit for you. It's something, and it takes you on a new adventure. You'll be guided. You are being guided. With White Eagle coming forwards, you're absolutely being guided. This was meant to blossom now in you. I think this is definitely a very clear message for you. This is what the planets are. The planets are aligning to bring you a new adventure, and it connects to a group of people. If it's not with you now, I think it certainly will be soon. Many of you will know what this is. In which case, this is an affirmation that this is a group of people you are meant to connect with. You will be in unity with them. You will sing from the same page. Immerse yourself in the journey. I don't think you actually have to make this happen, interestingly enough. I think it will unfold. I think the connections and the strength will unfold quite quickly. But I think this is you immersing yourself in this and allowing it to unfold. Don't be afraid of accepting the invitation to this new adventure. Embrace it, seize it. This is a really valuable connection, really valuable community of people for you. And You are going to be in complete synergy with these people. This is going to sing to your soul. You will know in no uncertain terms that this is something that you want to do, or that you made the right choice. We've got the Knight of Wands here. It's interesting with the Hanged Man. This card came out in pile 1, and when it came out, I actually said, it's really interesting. This reminds me of the Hanged Man. I think you can see why here, with both of the cards showing up. This has a very discerning, decisive energy. It's about making a choice. Whether this is a community group that you can in some way contribute to, in some sort of service. But there's so much promise and potential here with the Maiden of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles in a traditional pack. All I can say is that's what's being brought forward for you. I think you will feel invigorated by this. It will fire up your passion. It could be a community group that fights for a cause or supports a cause. But there's a sense of unity, of belonging. And as I said, as opposed to being death and rebirth, this just feels like something new birthing into your existing world. If there's any part of you that questions whether you have the space for it, I just let this unfold. Surrender to this, because I think it's going to sing to your soul. Surrender to this. There is so much promise. This is one of those things where if you joined a community group or something along those lines, or a group of people who are doing something that resonates with you, I actually think it will, whatever you contribute, you will get the same back 1,000-fold. It's very specific, your reading, pile 2, very, very specific. It is about joining something or a new community being offered to you, an opening for you. How beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I think this is your reading. It's really specific, and I think it will flow, it will emerge and unfold gently, but with strength and in a way that gathers momentum. I think this is just lovely. It's got a flavour of service about it, which I think is why White Eagle has come in. Whatever this is, this group, this connection, this community of people, immerse yourself in it. Savour and enjoy every moment. Whatever you give will come back to you 1,000-fold. This is absolutely beautiful. It's something that sings to you in a way that makes you feel like I said, like a cause or something that really matters, because there's passion here. Passion, excitement, a desire to bring something forth here. Utterly beautiful and quite magnificent, like a moth to the flame. You to them and them to you, whoever they are and whatever this is. Pile 2, this is your reading. I'm so excited for you because there's a real sense of belonging, of community here and connection. And I think that's something that many, many people in the world that, humanity has evolved and become increasingly sort of detached. So many people experience a sense of isolation, whereas I feel this will give you a sense of spiritual connection for some of you, soul connection, soul to soul connection. That sense of, we actually, we care and we sing from the same sheet, and this matters, and it matters as equally to you as it does to me. It's got this sort of real sense of unity about it, and it's beautiful. Pile 2, tons of love. Thank you for being here. I'm thrilled to be doing this reading. I feel quite moved. I'm feeling quite emotional about this. There's something very profoundly resonant in this. I mean, that's exactly it. It's like a resonance at a level of soul. Beautiful souls, if this is resonating with you, the reading is resonating with you, and you want to make sure that you never miss a reading as soon as I upload them, do please subscribe and click the little bell icon as well. And thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do to support the channel. Don't forget to check out the monthly readings on my other YouTube channel. The link is below. If you're interested in manifesting with the moon and learning how to work with the incoming planetary energies, do check out my Manifest with the Moon Astro Moon Diary. That it is literally a tool. It will teach you how to manifest with the moon. It gives you a really detailed, update every month as to the way the energy is flowing, how to use it, and literally it will teach you to have a daily connection with the incoming influence of the moon. It is a really good book if you're interested in working with energy, so do check that out. Thank you for following and supporting and doing anything in the membership area here on YouTube as well, and for those of you who contribute through Patreon, thank you all so much. And I am I'm feeling very moved. This has got such a warmth and a depth and a richness, but also an excitement about it. So surrender to this journey, pile 2. Have fun, enjoy, and keep us posted in the comments. Tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. What does the universe have in store for you? Very interesting. There's your animal spirit guide coming through. You have learned the truth, and you have the zebra calcite. The energy of zebra calcite for me, I think it's really interesting because it does show you, I feel, both sides of everything. Not everything is black and white. It's what's coming through here. Let's draw your oracle cards first. What does the universe have in store for you? How are the planets aligning to benefit you? I am seeing, yes, I thought it was another from this pack. And let's draw an alchemy card as well for you. Welcome everybody. It's so lovely to be connecting with you today. Let's find out. Yes, it definitely is that one there. What is going to be happening for you? What does the universe have in store for you from the current planetary alignments? Personal choice. This is an interesting card. So these spirit animal guides, most of the cards have an animal on them. This is saying choose your animal. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Learn the truth. We have sun, source. We have community. This also came out in pile 2, so if you were drawn to pile 2, there may be a message for you there. We also have solar flares activate. Wow, sun source and solar flares activate and personal choice. Okay, we then have smoke. Fumus. Right. This is very interesting. I think that... And we'll see what messages come through. And there may be more than one message coming through. But my beautiful pile 3, I think you are going to see through some sort of illusion, some sort of smoke and mirrors. Something that has been fogging up your viewpoint or your perspective. I think for some of you, it's about yourself as well. We'll get more information. But this for me is about your personal power. Activate your personal power, your personal potential. What has been getting in the way of you making your choices for yourself? What is this? What's been smoking, fogging up your perspective? Smoke and mirrors. Has someone in the immediacy of your world caused you to lose belief in yourself, perhaps? What are we seeing here? Interesting, isn't it? Like I'm needing to try and... I'm trying to see. It's really interesting. Now, if we didn't have the community card here, for me, this would almost be reading in a really straightforward way. I'd be saying, right, you need to see the truth of your amazingness. You are here to shine, The planets are aligning to activate your energy, your personal choice, your empowerment. You need to see through the smoke and mirrors of anything and everything that anyone has ever said to you that holds you back. And perhaps all of that is relevant, but we also have community here. Are you meant to lead? Very interesting, even in the community card, one hand is in the light, the other is in the shadow. In fact, we've got three. But I'm just really distinctly seeing this hand behind the shadows. And one is very, very light, very white. And I know this is representing diversity. Perhaps that's also something that's then coming into this diversity. Seeing through something. Let's draw your tarot cards. What is it that the planets are aligning for to assist pile 3? What does the universe have in store for you? I'm seeing this card. I'm also seeing that one. I'm seeing that one, well, 2 coming out there. We'll go with both of those. Let's look at these first. We can draw more if we wish. Judgment. Okay. Okay, smoke and mirrors, judgment. 2 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. Do you know, this has come out, this card, this Knight of Swords, in every single reading today. I find that very, very fascinating. We then have the 10 of Swords. Okay, something has to end here, actually. Now, dearest souls, either you have been judged by someone, projected onto by someone, disempowered by someone. People have been creating smoke and mirrors around you, claiming that you're one thing or another when you're not. Or you yourself may have been drawn into some sort of judgment of someone else or of a situation. But it's going to come to an end. That's what the universe has in store. The universe is bringing this to a close. How amazing. Now, I think this is someone in your immediate world. So in your community or your family, could be a family member, could be a friend, could be your working community. But I think it's the area around you. Sort of geographically, it feels as though it's the area around you. I mean, to be fair, if you've got a more global community, it could be a more global community. But I do feel for most of you, I mean, even this, we see, look, we've got a community of animals here. They're all sitting together in this imagery here. So I think there's been a difference of opinion or a different perspective. And in many ways, you could say, well, both sides have got their own entitlement to their own perspective, but somehow there has been a judgment around this. Now, as I said, I think for some of you, you have been judged. You hold a different perspective. You see things differently. You choose to live your life differently. In fact, the reading is largely suggesting to me, and I will say this reading is largely suggesting to me that you are being judged and that you choose to walk a pathway of light. And this is really, really interesting with the 10 of Swords, which is a pretty grim card. With that, it's got a vulture, but vultures are here to clean up. Vultures have a lovely energy, actually. They are here to clean up so that the dregs of stuff are not left behind. We can clear things up. But as an image, there's a lot of swords going through this with I think when you step into the light and you choose to walk in the light, You will draw to you sometimes people who will target you, who will attack you. At a level of soul, these are broken souls. They've experienced soul loss. It doesn't make what they do okay, but that low vibrational connection, they're drawn to you because of your light. But then, if you're walking in the light, you will develop discernment, which is what the Knight of Swords is all about, because you have to. You have to develop discernment. If somebody who, let's say, who's very, very narcissistic is drawn to you, I always think I had a conversation with somebody about this just yesterday actually, and I said, if you're with somebody who's very narcissistic, it's like a bucket with a hole in it. It doesn't matter how much you pour into it to try and help them, it will never be enough, because the purpose of what they want and what they are, the way they're trying to get their needs fulfilled, they're not trying to get their needs fulfilled to heal. They want to get their needs fulfilled, and then they want more, and then they want more. It's a bucket with a hole in it. It's you're filling a bottomless pit. They're not necessarily looking for healing or to be fixed or to move forwards in health. Their attachment to you is for what you give them. It isn't for what you give them so they can do something with what you give them, if that makes sense. I hope that's making some sense, sort of putting my therapy hat on here in that way. Learn the truth, see it for what it is. I'm going to read this. I mean, for sure, some of you could be in a position where you've been drawn in to judge somebody else. You may feel like judging somebody because they're judging you. You may actually feel like, stop judging me, and then you end up feeling like you judge them back, because just it's that sort of energy that is sort of provokes that sometimes. But what I see here is it's your personal choice as to how you respond, and you're being asked to really see who this person or these people are. And I'm also being shown this is going to come to an end. So this is very interesting. Let's read more into this. So first message, if you walk the pathway of light, it does not mean if somebody who's a taker comes into your world that you somehow deserved it. They're drawn to you because of your light. So first message. However, you're going to need to see through the smoke and mirrors, because these people often present as being really super lovely. I mean, narcissists are very charismatic. It's why we see narcissists in positions of leadership. They are very charismatic. They can get people to follow them. They can, spin a yarn. They can tell a story. The fact that they tell one story to one person and one to another in order to get the response they need or want is by the by. If you're hearing only the one story that's being told to you, it's very often going to sound believable, plausible. It'll be emotionally loaded. So it'll make you feel like they're being genuine. I mean, that's a real quality of, a top-dollar narcissist, actually. Now, we all have an element of narcissism in us. Narcissism, like everything, we think of it as a really, really negative term, but, actually on some level, we all do need to get our needs met. The question is, how do we go about it? And narcissists often have had really complex childhoods where they developed a very specific way of getting their needs met. The problem is it covers up the hole in the bucket, and they just keep on, in a way, they get locked into this because it actually works quite well for them. It doesn't work for anyone else, but it works quite well for them. So, in a way, why stop? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But of course it is broken right at the core. Here I am talking a lot about narcissism, but I hope this is relevant to you. If it's not, it may not even be the right reading for you. But this is the sort of makeup. A narcissist has a deep, deep, deep wound. Something wasn't met, and the only way they knew how to get their needs met was in a more elaborate way, and in a way that sadly takes from others, and in a way creates wounds in other people. They wound other people. They give other people their experience. So there's something of this energy here that is going to end. We have the Ten of Swords. Now, I think the planets are aligning in your favour to finish this. There's someone or within a community, or as I said, within your immediate world, that is like a blockage or is yeah. You need to see through the smoke and mirrors. I think your gut feeling probably already tells you that. So there's an alertness. Indeed, your own sort of upgrade in the current energy may be that you really do see them. Wow, that was a big, I don't know if you heard that. That was a big slam of a door. How interesting. That does happen in this building every now and then. There's a particular door that if somebody really, I think if the wind catches it and it slams, it sort of resonates through the building. But I find that really interesting because that was a big slam of a door. That could be someone slamming the door because they're steaming off. Or, as I said, it could be the wind catching it. But, there's something about, when somebody does something and it vibrates through your world, think about what's at the root of it. Is it just the wind slamming the door, or is somebody throwing a bit of a wobbler? Are they trying to make something happen? If there's a drama or a crisis, are they doing it because it gets them a lot of attention? See through the smoke and mirrors. The Judgment card is now for me taking on another message for you. I do think you have been judged, but I also think you're being asked to be discerning with the Knight of Swords. Not to judge in a pointing the finger critical way, but to assess. Healthy assessment is a good thing of ourselves as well as others. If we ourselves have slid into a more judgmental, not such nice, proper judgmental, critical, not nice perspective, then we want to stand away from that and see through and beyond that. Judgment is positive if we are being discerning and we are using it as a critique rather than to be critical. There's a very big difference because look at this, we have the Two of Pentacles. Something can come from assessment. See through the smoke and mirrors. Something can come through the assessment process. Now we have the Nine of Swords, and in this Nine of Swords we see a bat of transformation. Now the Nine of Swords can be a bit of a dark night of the soul energy, but what we have here is a bat, transformation. So the purpose of seeing something and indeed of acting with discernment is to create a positive change. Okay? The Knight of Pentacles is a card of promise. It's a card of a much more steady, earthy, grounded sort of perspective. We can see a mountain in the background. I don't think that this will, I'm hearing don't make mountains out of molehills coming through here, that saying. So I think what I want to say is if you're dealing with somebody who's a bit dramatic, or indeed, if, we can all have a tendency to over-dramatize ourselves. However, wherever that sits with you, you have a choice here. You have a personal choice as to how you respond. And I think this is what the universe has in store for you. It's a level of empowerment with an ability to see, whether it is inside yourself or what is going on around you. And as part of that growth, almost giving you a circumstance to process, to work through so that you know that you can see, this is going on around you. And you will be called, not to make a mountain out of a molehill, not to really sit in your own power and make personal choices that are about ending something, not buying into it, not feeding it, not fueling it, whether it's in a personal way where you just go over and over and over something. I remember a lovely story. I spoke about this in a reading. I think it was probably a couple of months ago. But it was a lovely story of somebody who had, I think the story was that somebody had been, stung by a snake, I believe it was. And it was kind of, that they'd been hurt badly by somebody. They'd been stung by somebody, basically. Bitten, stung by someone. And they were trying to process it, and they just kept going over and over. And somebody said to them, look, when you were stung by that snake, did you go back and say, why did you sting me? I don't understand why you did that. I can't believe you did that to me. Please try and explain why you did that. Why would you do that? And they said, well, you didn't. You just avoid snakes now. you know that it's better not to approach them. Whereas actually you're going back to this person and saying, well, why did you do that? I can't believe you did that. Going over and over it, you're feeding it. This is drawing a close to something. Accepting with the Knight of Swords. And when I say accepting, I said in both pile 1 and pile 2, because this card showed up in both those readings, this particular Knight of Swords reminds me of the Hanged Man. It's like he's almost in the same Hanged Man position, except his hands are on the ground, but nevertheless. There's something about accepting what you can change and recognising what you can't, or accepting what you can't change, accepting what you can and accepting what you can't, recognising what you can't change, recognising what you can, and acting accordingly with the Ace of Swords. Being clear-cut about this. Initiating actions. You've got the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. You can turn things around yourself. Even if you've got someone around you who is a bit narcissistic, or your buttons are pressed and you get drawn into something, whichever side of the coin you're sitting on here, this is not black and white. See through the smoke and mirrors. Recognise the roots of this. The planets are aligning to empower you, and you can choose to end something. You can choose not to buy into it. You don't have to pick it to pieces with the vulture. You don't have to go over and over and over it. The job of the vulture isn't to pick it to pieces and leave it strewn all over across the road in a worse state. The job of the vultures, their calling, what they do, their purpose is to come and clean up. They tidy things up. Whatever mess we've left behind, or has been left by something, I've used the word carnage, but it's come to mind because that's what they do. They come in and they clean something. But a vulture can pick it to pieces and not do their job properly. So you are being up. This is what the planets are bringing for you, and the universe has in store for you the ability to end something that has been going on, that maybe you have been buying into, where either you have been judged, criticised, or indeed you've ended up being tangled in this yourself, and this is to come to a close. I'm going to ask more about how it ends. Is it you that initiates the ending, or does that just happen? Do the planets align to make this to address this? I think this will be transformed with the Knight of Swords. It is something that I think you do go over a bit, actually, if I'm honest. But don't make a mountain out of a molehill. I think this is going to be quite clearly addressed. So you do have to accept what you can't change, act upon what you can. I think you'll be able to move something forwards. You've got so much energy around you. We need to follow this through and get more cards. So let's ask. I think we've got several questions to ask here, or at least a couple of questions. The first thing is, how does this end? Do you end it, or does it just get ended? Does something else end it? May we ask, how does this end? Do my pile threes need to do anything, or will the universe sort this out? I'm seeing these. I feel like there is some more. Will the universe just sort this out? Let's try these. Okay, we've got Queen of Swords. Oh, look at this. Queen of Cups. Wow, look at the energy here. There's so much feminine energy here. This is beautiful. So you've got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Wands with this beautiful, it looks like a stag beetle, and the Maiden of Pentacles. Okay, this is lovely. I think that this will be... I think this will be transformed. You have a part to play in it, okay? Because with the Seven of Wands, this is Seven of Wands is a card that can indicate jealousy or envy in somebody. Because as you are rising, this is what I said to you, as you are rising, people will be drawn to you. People of a lower vibration. Going right back to the start of our reading. Right. Just be you. With the Queen of Swords, be resolutely you. Be yourself, your incredible, authentic self, and shine from the heart with the Queen of Cups. This is a perfect balance of mind and emotion. Queen of Swords, she can be very logical, she can be very clear, she can be a bit of an ice queen, but the point is that she is able to stand her ground and just be herself, because she is able, a bit like water off a duck's back, emotions don't pierce her. The Queen of Cups, look at the way she has a snake across, a two-headed snake. I think you have the ability to be extremely compassionate as you rise in light, to be extremely compassionate, but also really clear and firm at the same time. Reminds me of the energy of the card of Temperance, the goddess Iris. Iris is an amazing goddess. She is benevolent, compassionate, kind, but she basically doesn't take any shit either. She really knows when to stand her ground. So I feel this is about you recognizing that the root of it's like detaching from this so it doesn't feel personal. That's the advice that's being given. This is your part to play in this. If you personally detach yourself from what is going on, let me move these cards down so we can bring in more cards as we draw them. I think if you detach yourself and you recognize it's not actually personal, people will be drawn to you and anyone like you, because the more you sit in the light, the more people who are damaged will be drawn to you. And just keep your boundaries, keep impeccable boundaries, accept that you can't change them, send them love, be compassionate, but also don't buy into it. Honour your own choices, but kind of be like water off a duck's back. Recognise that people see you as somebody who is pure and full of promise, and they want that promise for themselves. But, this is about you really, really holding your own energy, literally holding your own energy with understanding, but having impeccable boundaries and accepting that you can't necessarily change them. And that's your part to play in this. Can I ask how that unfolds then, maybe? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, wow. With Jupiter showing up here, we have the energy of Jupiter. This will just get sorted out. It's almost like the universe needs you to not be involved, so that the universe can then attend to the details of that person's evolution and growth, or that person or those people's evolution and growth, because that will just get sorted out. But this is about you not buying into it in any way, shape or form. Be impervious to it. Keep your own sense of really innocent promise with the Maiden of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. Put this beautiful baby bear. Hold the light. Hold your own promise. And the universe will take care of it. But you need to get out of the way, because if you're involved in it, you're feeding it. And also you're kind of in the way of the universe being able to teach them and support them on their own learning curve. However their lessons arrive for them, that's their problem, it's not yours. So really, really clear message, actually. So let's now ask how, as this ends, I think I'm not even going to ask, actually, how does this then end? Because even though I was curious, I feel that we need to say that's none of your business. The universe will take care of it. The wheel will turn. And if we start to look at this, then we're becoming involved. So let's not do that. Let's make a clear-cut choice. With great compassion, we trust that the universe, we're going to mirror what needs to be done. Okay? So mirroring this position, we are going to trust that the universe will address this, and whoever this person or people are, they are on their own journey, and the universe will take care of their learning curve. You don't need to worry about it. Your task is to remain clear-cut and keep your energy clean and pure, and just recognise that they are envious of you. That's it. You don't need to do any more. Let it go. Water off a duck's back. May we ask how your empowerment pans out? What does the universe have in store for you with this situation ending and you no longer being entangled in it? May we get a sneaky peek into the future. How does this unfold? 7 of Pentacles. Look at the blossoming from this cactus. I think that is gorgeous. You are going to move from feeling very prickly to being able to blossom. You have the moon. Wow. Okay, what a beautiful moon card. Now, the moon can indicate sometimes confusion. Interestingly enough, what I am seeing here is clarity. Clarity of intuition. Depth of clarity, depth of intuition, depth of understanding. We have the 8 of Pentacles. I'm seeing your world emerge. Look at the moth. Seeing your world emerge. Synchronicities falling into place, because as long as you're tangled in something, your energy can't flow in a synchronistic way, because if one avenue of energy is buying into this, then you're not fully available to literally be in flow, and also to trust and fully know the guidance that you are receiving intuitively. Because when we're tied into something like this, the moment any sort of, we're tangled in it. It's like if you're a pie chart of energy, however high your vibration is, if a segment of that pie chart is tangled in this, you're not fully available to be a receiver of the extraordinary guidance that can come to you. I am seeing you, the 8 of Pentacles is about working. I'm seeing you blossoming into the light worker that you came here to become. And what a lovely progression from the 7 to the 8. We then have the King of Pentacles. How beautiful. Okay, you're going to master this. And I think you're going to see real, solid results. You're moving from a baby bear to a great big bear. And being at the top of your game in some way, shape or form. And we have the 4 of Wands, which is a beautiful energy. It's balanced. Really, really balanced. And the 4 of Wands is actually a card of celebration. Sometimes it indicates a marriage, but it's harmony. It's sacred harmony. I think if you imagine this current situation, and you've probably had other situations of a similar resonance during your life, if you can not be tangled in it and leave it to the universe to address this, I think you will, instead of feeling defensive, you will start to blossom. Your pie chart of vitality will be whole. And I think you will be able to become the light worker in real terms, whatever you came here to do. And this would include the financial reward. I think your energy being intact, you will be able to fulfill something of a calling here. But I mean, really, this is going to emanate into all areas of your life. But I do see it as some sort of calling. And your working world, actually, my beautiful pile 3s. I think there will be, cause for celebration. You will be able to use your gifts unimpaired by the energy of those that envy you. That's what's coming through. As with this much light in you, of course you're going to attract. As I said, this is going to happen. You will attract darkness. But if you are able to not buy into it, and this then becomes a skill that you carry into life, you have that discernment. Indeed, you can be safely defended, prickly with the people you should be prickly with, but open and blossoming to those areas of your life fully where you wish to give. I think your energy will be intact. I feel like we have here with this energy here, almost like the sun and the moon energy sitting together. And you will be able to bring forth and manifest through light, through celebration, through love, through the empowerment of Source. I actually think, and many of you will know this already, Source wishes to speak through you. There is probably, for many of you, perhaps not for all, this is a general reading, but for many of you, Source wishes to speak through you in a particular way. There is some kind of calling for you to follow. It will provide you with an income, there's no question of that as well. But to follow that through, your own energy must remain intact, and you're going to need to be able to handle the envy of others as you rise and assume this position and this journey where your calling provides for you. People will be envious. So this is essential, and this is what is being sorted out. This is what's in store for you. But I think Source wishes to speak through you in some way. There is a gift you're meant to bring forth. The Eight of Pentacles very often indicates a gift or a calling, something that you might have once thought of as a hobby that can then become your career pathway. A bit like me with my readings. I've been reading, forever really, but my main career pathway was as a psychotherapist. Now, look at what I am doing now. I kind of integrate the two. But there's a time I wouldn't have dreamed of openly reading, and yet now I do. So it's like this sort of shift. And it is also true, I'm probably a good example of, I think, something that you're going through, because I have absolutely met with people who attack. I have been really attacked on occasions, really targeted by people. And again, people that I perhaps thought were friends, people who kind of wanted to jump on board, but when I needed to be discerning with them and I wasn't going to give them everything they wanted, it's like the tables turn really quickly. This kind of stuff has been one very big life lesson for me. So I can speak from the heart on this one. But beautiful souls, the universe is bringing for you the end to this. And with your energy intact, you can fulfill the reason you came here and all of this fabulousness. So this is your reading. Wow, this is amazing. Pile 3, thank you so much. I feel very honoured to be reading for you and with you. I certainly, if this is resonating with you, I am certainly resonating with you as well. Pile 3, tons and tons of love. Thank you for being here. If you want to make sure you never miss a reading, don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon. And if you're interested in learning to manifest with the moon and you'd like to really know how the incoming energy works, do check out my Manifest with the Moon Astro Moon Diary. It's a tool. It will really teach you to align with the energy, to know when you're more vulnerable, to know when you might be a bit more prickly and you need to look after yourself, and to know when your intuition will be at its most heightened during the moon phases. So yeah, this is something that interests you, do check that out. And don't forget to check out my other channel where I have all zodiac sign readings as well for each month. Pile 3, tons and tons and tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again for another reading really soon.